Hello. Hope this is reaching you well. So basically, part two of the prediction markets analysis, talking about what's happening in the space, because I truly believe that this is going to be a growing, evolving space. The TAM is it's gonna really excel over the next 5 to 10 years. So I think this is going to be a play that we need to be early. We need to start finding what's happening in the space. We need to start building within the prediction markets arena. We need to start investing, also looking out for early projects, building projects, testing existing projects for airdrops potentially. So anyway, so update is Robinhood has partnered. So Robinhood's derivatives actually has partnered with Kalshi, which is basically one of the leading prediction market players alongside Polymarket. They have become the first broker for Robinhood, which is huge. And that comes with 25 million probably users. There's more people. I think this is probably users within Robinhood that they have partner up. And clearly this is a massive angle, a pretty smart direction that they've taken with a publicly traded company, probably one of the leaders from a trading investment house perspective, especially with angle of crypto, because they've been a forefront with, taking on board, implementing, opening avenues for crypto within Robinhood. So this is a pretty good, smart partnership that's taking place. We've seen from this that it's mentioned that the partnership would really focus on NFL and NCAA football, because obviously they have a large, massive audience with college football, with American football. So they really want to partner up. So obviously if you have a large audience there, then people will be more inclined to take bets, right? So it's obvious. It's a sticky market. And new service will be rolled out in the coming days. So they're not messing around. 2026 season, which is basically, that actually started. College football just started, I think, last week, right? So they're really heavily focused on that. So these are things to look out of what's happening here. So the announcement basically mentioned a platform that enables users to wager on the outcome of specific events, as we said. So this is good. From that side, Polymarket has essentially acquired QCEX for $112 million, which is basically an existing CFTC license operation, because this is now giving them the option that they can now offer their service, because previously they could not offer their product to the US market, but now them acquiring this clearinghouse has enabled them to do that, which is a smart move. Shane Copland, the founder and CEO of Polymarket, basically said demand is greater than ever. So not just in the user growth, but also in the trading volume. So you can have a user growth, which is fantastic, but you need to ensure that they actually are, taking trades, right? Taking bets. So obviously this is reflected within also the growth in the volume. Audience are turning to Polymarket to separate signal from noise, bias and speculation, which is fantastic. So this is great. They're making sure the US as a fully regulated and compliant platform, and offering to Americans which have a massive disposable income, huge audience in terms of the sports that they have, college football, American football, probably even span to basketball and so on and so forth. And also preparing, by the way, for for the World Cup, which is next year in America. So this is a good play. A year prior to that, they can start building for offerings within football as well. Axios has mentioned, staying with Polymarket, that Donald Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr.'s venture fund has invested, 1789 has invested in Polymarket and also taken a role as an advisory. So now you can see they're not just from Kalshi position themselves, Polymarket not position themselves just within partnerships within publicly traded companies in America, but also aligning themselves with the government, with the current administration, especially with Polymarket, because they were investigated. Their offices were raided. Oh no, the founder's apartment was actually raided by the FBI last year, right? This was in November. So they actually closed investigation just within new administration. So with that, they're making sure that they have a stronghold within the administration to ensure something like this doesn't happen again. They're clear for any maybe potential new legislations that come out, that the forefront and alignment with Donald Trump Jr.'s venture fund. You can see that they would be the one to take advantage of that. So they've made some very, very smart moves, strategic moves, I would say, especially where we are from a political landscape right now. And basically advisory role, making some huge bets. So yeah, this is interesting what's happening there. Then, and also with Polymarket, from where they are, you know, they've been around for quite a long time, but they've come to the forefront only last year due to the 2024 election. But their first raise they did, a seed round, was in October 2020. They actually did a raise from Fatalic and a Series B round in 2024 last year, and they've raised a total of 300 million. So they've been grinding for a while. It's only because they've come to the forefront of people's minds from last year. But I think a lot of people expected that the volume would diminish drastically net post the elections, but that hasn't really happened. Yeah, we saw a drop, but now they're really making an emergence and expanding to other areas. So this is fantastic news. Then also Polymarket, Kalshi team raises 15 million. So those that used to work for Polymarket and Kalshi, interesting. They've raised 15 million. The clearing company founded by former staff. So they're coming up with their own project, the clearing company. So we're going to do a deep dive in this project to know what's happening. So it just shows now's the time. Now's the time to build. Now's the time to focus, investing in different areas, playing around with Polymarket, with Kalshi, and seeing what happens there. So anyway, have a fantastic day. Back to another one.